been seeing a lot of comments from you guys asking me,
Hey Snow, how do you automate buff? How do you automate time stop?
and my answer before was no, not until I spent literally one day just to perfect the timing on that new delay that they placed on the auto activation manual ability. And actually, that was a lie. No, I didn't spend like one day. I went out fishing with my with my wife, and yep, I just spent probably 30 minutes just to test things out. But yep, it's not really gonna be that hard. So I guess let's just jump straight into it. And as you guys can see, we are on the training area, and I think that we're just gonna place our Gojo here. We're gonna start with a time stop, okay? So obviously, guys, let's say, actually, you know what? Later, we're going to try and test it out and see if it's really gonna be working on a real game. So just gonna max them all out, and as you guys can see, I have my range orb onto our Gojo, and the reason behind that is because I actually wanted Gojo to cover the entire food map, and that's only gonna be possible to get it with range orb plus the buff that he will get from our Brook later. Alright guys, all of our Gojos are now max, and most importantly, there are only 8 pieces of Gojos here because basically that's the maximum Gojos that you can use on a normal infinite mode run. And let me just remind you guys that knowing this trick would not secure you a leaderboard spot. That is for sure. I just don't want to give you guys false hopes, but this would definitely elevate the amount of damage that you can get, at the same time the amount of waves that you can get on a normal run while chilling, okay? While chilling. I'm not saying that knowing this would actually beat those sweats every single run, time stopping, rewinding, whatsoever, doing everything in their hands and using all of the supports possible, because no, that's just not gonna happen. This is kind of like more on improving the casual games of those casual players. Anyway guys, the secret of having like an infinite time stop is just by having an interval of when you are going to click auto activate for each of these 8 Gojos. And according to AC the wiki, the duration of Gojo's time stop would be 5.7 seconds, but we all know that there's also a general cooldown for those units. So that means 5.0 seconds plus maybe 3 to 4, we're gonna get 8 to 9 seconds roughly. So since my internet is not really that bad, actually, let me just check. This is also one thing that you should also take note, guys. There's no such thing as a perfect time stop, because, you know, sometimes it's either your internet is having a problem or probably Roblox servers are having a problem, or you're also just playing on a bad server as well. So yep, those are things that you also need to take note, because that would affect the delay as well of you activating the skill. There's actually an easy way to do this, but it's gonna be hard to do on the infinite mode run, like the real run, because you actually need to have like basically a very tanky mob that can sustain all the damage that you have on a run, just for you guys to get the amount of the delay or the intervals that you need to activate your domain. So as you guys can see, we're just gonna do it right now. Auto activate. This is gonna be it. There you go. Time stop, and just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I mean actually after they moved, 2, 3, 4, 5. Auto activate. There you go. Look at that, guys. Still gonna be the same. Just wait for that activation. I mean, just wait for them to move. Then count 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And if you're gonna miss, then that's your fault. All right, so basically guys, this will already give you kind of like a infinite amount of time stop automatically, but the problem about this one is, like what I've told you guys, this is only going to be possible if you are going to do this with a mob that you can use as a pattern. So if there's no mob, then that would be a little bit harder. Anyway guys, this is now going to be the last Gojo that we are going to use, and we're just going to wait for this to actually die, then we're going to spawn one mob again. As you guys can see, this mob will actually be time stopped every roughly 5 to 7 seconds after they moved, which is already efficient enough for not doing anything. Look at this, guys. Time stop, please. Oh, actually, they're probably gonna die. Look at that, guys. So he only traveled like literally 1, 2, 3, 4 studs before they got time stopped again, while you are just sitting and doing nothing. Let's count how many studs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're gonna be time stopped soon, right? There you go, guys. Only 4 studs, and they're just going to be time stopped all the way, guys. And that will give you, or that should give you, enough time for your main DPS to just annihilate all of these mobs. Like literally, guys, 4 studs. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna stop here. Let's see. It's just gonna be an infinite loop of time stop without doing anything. Come on, time stop, please. Look, very predictable now. And that is the beauty of this cycle. But like what I told you guys, the reason why I have my range orb onto our Gojo is because I want my Gojo to cover the entire food map. So basically, I want my Gojo to time stop the whole food map without doing anything. And that's only going to be possible with the buff of our Brook. You can also do an infinite loop of 250% buff for our Brook, guys. And I'm going to show it to you in a bit. I'm just placing like 8 Brooks. All right, all of our Brooks are now max. And by the way, guys, let me just remind you that you don't really need to max your Brook, okay? Just try to get his second ability. As long as he got the Rage Orb, then it should be already enough to have like 250% buff. So right now, our Gojos doesn't have any buff. Look at that. Only the category and also the upgrade boost. This is how to automate your buff at max, 250%. All right, it's not 148%, but 250%. Okay. Obviously, we're gonna start with 1, but before I activate it, let me just remind you that you just gotta count 10 seconds before you activate your second, which we're gonna do right now. Auto activate. There you go. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's the second one. Before casting the third one, you just gotta wait for some of these Brooks, including Gojo actually, to lose the buff so that we can also have a little bit of the delay, and also it will make the cycle much more stable. There you go. That's the go signal. And that's the same thing for our fourth. Some of these to lose the buff. It already did. Yep. All right, and that's the fourth. And we're just gonna do that all the way to the last. All right, there you go, for the last one. All right, so for us to check, guys, if we actually got like 250% buff, we're just gonna wait for our Gojo to have 250% manual buff here. Even if your interval is actually correct, you will still see like 148% here for probably a couple of cycles, but they're cycling each other, guys. So definitely that's gonna give you guys 250% in a bit. Look at that, guys. We are now getting 250% for all of our Gojos. And let's see. Let's just wait for our Gojo to lose this buff. And then after that, if the next buff will also gonna be 250%, then that means our interval is actually correct. Okay, there you go. Buff, please. Look at that, guys. 250%. So basically, guys, we already have set up auto time stop and at the same time auto buff. All right, guys, we're now here in the real infinite mode run, and as you guys can see, I didn't place any Obito here temporarily, I guess. I just wanted to make sure, guys, that our Gojo time stop interval is actually on point, because since all of these mobs will be really squishy, they're actually going to be dying only because of our Blackbeard. So there's just no way for us to actually have a pattern. So what I did, guys, is I just counted like 11 seconds as our interval, and we're going to check out if it's going to work. But for our buff, obviously, it's already working, guys. I mean, 250% buff, nothing really changed. Even if it's ×2, it's still going to be an infinite amount of 250% buff. Look at that, guys. There's no downtime as well. All right, guys, we're now almost at wave 70, and I think that it's also important to note that the range of our Gojo, the range of our Gojo will only reach around this corner. At least that's the furthest Gojo that we have. So expect that the time stop will probably happen here, around here. Oh, actually, it just did. And of course, not everyone, guys, will always be time stop, because some of them just got into the range. Some of them already got time stop, so they will have like different general cooldown. But as you guys can see, everything is actually under control at the moment. We don't even have any Gojo here, guys, and we are now at wave 70, and that's just because of our automated buff as well. I mean, our automated buff is still at 250. They're also getting time stop around here, so I think that, yeah, 11 seconds interval on Gojo will actually work, guys. Probably not gonna be the best, but like what I told you, look at that, guys. It will seem like it's not working, but it's just because of the general cooldown. Not everyone will have like literally the same general cooldown, because first of all, our Gojo is not reaching this spawn. And the reason why I actually want our Gojo to be here is I just wanted our Gojo to actually time stop up until to the last, not even to the last step, but at least for the whole mid game, you know what I'm saying, once they're already here. And actually, look at this, guys. Very good time stop. Well, now the only thing that you need to do, guys, is just to take care of these cloners. Of course, if these cloners are gonna die, then most likely you need the Blackbeard to instantly slow them. But as you guys can see, things are actually getting handled here. I mean, some of them are getting time stopped, some of them are not, but I've already explained to you guys why is it happening. I mean, that's kind of like the downside of automating your time stop. You would not be able to choose the general cooldown of everything. I mean, if you're gonna manually do that, you can just adjust it so that everyone will adapt on each and everyone's general cooldown, but it's not gonna happen here. Look at this, guys. I swear, if we're gonna reach wave number 100 by not doing anything and just literally watching for those cloners, I mean, right now there's no cloners, so there's nothing that we can do, and there's nothing that we need to do, guys, because everything is just automated. Well, yeah, this is ASTD 2022. Actually, almost 2023 now. Man, I'm just gonna put ×2 on this one. Another wave clear. Oh, it's now at wave number 98. They're actually dying, but I don't think that we're gonna skip. Oh, actually, look at that, guys. Wave number 99. Just one wave. Oh, the time stop. I think that we're gonna reach wave number 100 without doing anything. Dude, this is even better than my previous video. And now, oh, please, live stop. Oh, the time stop. That's the wave clear. God damn it, bro. Dude, wave 100 just by automating everything. That removes the human error as well. Bruh, that's insane.